It is a little difficult to decide which of the positions have preeminence, whether it's the position of Prime Minister or Parliamentary Representative. I suspect the distinctions can be so artificial, but there are occasions when it is a real pleasure just to be the Parliamentary Representative, simply the Parliamentary Representative. Today is one such occasion that I would prefer to be described as a Parliamentary Representative, and the title of Prime Minister is put aside. All of this is just to tell you how pleased and happy I am that finally we are able to open this facility, this access center, and we are able to do so in my constituency. I'm really very happy that the Parliamentary Representative for Soufrière-Fonsajac, Harold Dalson, is here. Because you see, it's important that he witnesses firsthand. He sees for himself that whatever he had in Soufrière was just a passing event, and that the real access center is based here in Vieux South. He's a very generous man. He's not given to jealousy or emotional outbursts. He's very real. He's tempered. And so I can provoke him as much as I like. He's not going to respond. And this has nothing to do with me being Prime Minister and he a minister. It has nothing to do with that. It simply has to do with the man Harold Dalson. But I know that he's going to take back the good tidings to Soufrière and say, well, they beat us to it. So, Harold, it's good to have you, and I'm really very pleased that you're here. Mr. Ambassador, I want to extend thanks to you, thanks to your government and your people. I'm a little amazed sometimes when I hear the actual price for this building, this facility. Dr. Fletcher has reminded me it's 2.4 million EC dollars. And look at this building, size, in my view, excellent value for money. And I want to thank you, and I had hoped that you would convey our thanks, both that of myself as Parliamentary Representative and that of the government of St. Lucia to your government. Your country has played a leading role in seeking to transform the technology landscape in St. Lucia, and the strides that we have made over the last few years have a lot to do with the generosity of your government, sharing your expertise with us, your ability and your successes. And I'm going to link that to the laptops that your country generously provided this school year to our children. I know that this was a very special gift from your outgoing president. And I'm told that the laptops are being put to really very good use. The children are very impressed with the quality of the laptops. So again, thank you for working with us, for cooperating with us in developing the technological skills and access of our children. I want to extend thanks to the architect, to Mr. Poyot of the Ministry of Physical Development. I did give him a hard time, I confess. When he presented the first designs, I said, no, that's not going to do. Go back. That's not what I want. I want to see a building that captures the architectural vernacular of the town of Vieux, that is not unnecessarily imposing. I don't want to see a building with four walls with no character to it, and that there's no harm in ensuring that you have a mixed building, both of wall, concrete, and, of course, lumber, wood, and I think to some extent he has really achieved this. So I want to thank him for the tremendous effort in trying to design a building that would win my approval and my satisfaction. It was rough. I thought there were moments that he might have given up because of my insistence. But at the end, I think we prevailed. And so I really want to thank him, and just to say to you that we have an extraordinary amount of talent in our ministries if we can put the talent to good use. Sometimes it's a question of prioritizing that talent, and exciting the persons who have the responsibility to bring the talent alive. So I really want to say thank you to the Ministry of Physical Development and to Mr. Poyat. It is true, as Dr. Fletcher has said, that there are times when I get lost in my own thinking, and I say to myself, you know, maybe in the other life I'll ask the Almighty to grant me the skills to be an architect. Because I have other problems with other buildings I've seen in and around Vieux Fort, and I've been pleading with the developers to try to do some redesigning to enhance the character of the buildings around us. I think part of the difficulty is that we don't understand that the spirit and the culture, the life of our people can find expression in our architectural statements about the buildings that we construct. That the same amount of money we're going to spend on a square building with lots of concrete, lots of blocks, with some modest changes, we can make a statement about the buildings that we design and construct. And so I do take very keen interest in what is designed and what is constructed in the community. There are other important reasons why this particular building is located right here at this corner. Vieux Fortians will remember this site for a very long time. This was where the original J.Q. Charles actually had its retail outlet. And this is where we all went as youngsters to shop, right there in a building. It was a wooden building, nothing like this. So they have fond memories. But one of the reasons why Dr. Fletcher and I insisted that this building be located here was simply to revitalize the town. The Vieux Fort town center is almost a dying town center because a lot of the business has moved north into the Beanfield area and, of course, the so-called Latuni area. And we are very concerned that less business, less activity is taking place here in the town. It's one of the issues that bother me immensely because there's a charm about this part of Vieux Fort that is sometimes left unexplored. And so we wanted to see this part of the town become busy again. And what better way to do it than with the youngsters, the children, and members of the community come into this access center to help to reduce the sense that the town has become desolate and unoccupied. So I'm exceedingly pleased that it was agreed to locate this building right here in the town center. And if you look just behind you, you're going to see some cladding, plywood cladding. That's the old Vieux Fort police station that stood over time. And we plan very shortly to complete it so that it becomes a town's courthouse. Finally, the town will have its own courthouse and is going to be located right here so that the building now being used by the post office and the courthouse will be dedicated solely to the post office. Again, this is part and parcel of the effort to revive the town center. I know that this is an exciting time. I can hear the distant drums of the electoral process. And this is a time when, of course, imagination plays its part. And I can tell you that one of the things that I would want to see in this next term, once, of course, the people of St. Lucia decide to place trust in me again, and particularly my own constituents, it's to reconstruct the beachfront just next to you and turn it into a promenade for the people of Vieux Fort and for visitors, that they can come to that area, sit on the benches and look out to the sea. And this is part and parcel of the effort to re-energize the city center and to bring new life to the city center. To the young people who are here today, just a few words to you. Technology has given us an incredible opportunity. And every time I think about it, I think of my own experiences, and I'm always sharing it with people. I think people like Dr. Jules and Dr. Fletcher will remember that when I left office in 2006, I didn't know how to use a computer, and I didn't even know how to use a text on a mobile phone. That changed dramatically for me one day when I was walking the streets of Castries and I saw a group of convent girls huddled on the bridge texting. And then I said, this is nonsense. And I called my eldest daughter and said, well, can you come and see me this afternoon and teach me how to text? It was quite an experience because she sat me down and showed me, and that was it. From then on, I think I started to text left, right, and center. It was a new experience. But it was an extraordinary experience because shortly thereafter, I improved on my skills using a computer. But at my age, what it meant was a new window, a new opportunity to the rest of the world. Dr. Jules will tell you that when he spoke to me of the language of the computer, a search engine, I was mystified. But why do you call this thing a search engine? Why is it a search engine? It is really months later that all these things became clear. I'm saying all of this just to say to the children who are here, the members of the community who are here, that in this phase of human civilization, we have an extraordinary opportunity to match the rest of the world, to be like the rest of the world, to be empowered, to explore the frontiers of knowledge in a way that we will not be able to ever again. And really, it's as I've said, it's a great equalizer, because if we train our children well, they'll be no different from the children in Taipei, or the children in Paris, or the children in Copenhagen, or the children in Moscow, or in the United States, or in Ottawa. Because of this technology that has been made available to us, because we can all nearly source the same information and make use of that information in a creative way. And so I hope that this facility will be used by all. But looking to the future, and some of my colleagues who are with me here this afternoon will have heard me say that the transformation that we are bringing to our schools, to our communities, we need to bring that transformation to the workers of this country. Our workers need to know how to use a computer wherever they are located. Whether it is in a restaurant like the one next door, or whether it is in a retail outlet, whether it's in a hotel, every worker in this country should have a modicum of training to know how to access a computer and manipulate a computer. And that is one of the big projects I would love to see in the next few years, that we extend the boundaries of knowledge, of information, and of access. And the message that I want to convey is this: no matter how old you are, whether you are 65 like me, or 70, or 80, or 55, you don't have to be intimidated. It is possible to enter into this new magical world and explore. And so I would love to see that in the future the government can actually bring to our workers those basic skills, so that while we are training our students to be the best in the world, we can also begin to train our people to match workers anywhere else in the world. So it is a great opportunity for all of us. I want to urge the young people of this constituency, to take care of this building. It's precious. It contains knowledge, access to knowledge. It has to be looked after. There's no question that sometimes we have very destructive tendencies. Some engage in physical violence just for the pleasure of it, to make a point, to make a statement. All of us have a responsibility to take care of this building. I don't want to be walking here in the next couple of weeks and see computers damaged or destroyed, wires taken away, and the like. We have a job to protect it. It's a gift, and we have to appreciate that gift. And that's the best way to do so, to protect it and to make use of it. And so I want all of you, just like me, to be the guardians of this facility and to make sure that there is absolutely no violence.